Good afternoon, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to the channel. What's going on this Sunday? Today's topic, what I'm discussing, is just wrapping up our LA convention, NALC convention that we just had. Everything summarizes basically what took place, what didn't take place, like our contract talk. I was Mr. Renfro just didn't happen to mention a lot about it. Obviously, it's headed to arbitration, unfortunately. And to top it off, the membership won't get to vote on it. So it's a double whammy for us carriers right now. But first, we'll get to all of that. If you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I love to do. Thanks everybody for all the support. Keep giving me the thumbs up, smash that hype button. You all are great as far as communication. I appreciate all you say. All you guys putting in those comments. I appreciate you taking the time to do so. This is why I do this for y'all. Appreciate everything. Everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS Post Office in any of my videos. So let's get to the recap. NALC Convention in Los Angeles. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You all already know that. If you've been following the union updates this week, the 74th NALC Biennial National Convention in LA just wrapped up at the LA Convention Center. 5 packed days of debates, floor votes, national officer reports, and major discussions on where our craft is heading. Today we're doing a complete breakdown from the opening gavel on day 1 all the way through the final votes on day 5. Here's everything that went down in LA and what it means for us on the street. Day 1, opening keynote. Day 1 kicked off with the ceremonial openings, local support. LA Mayor Karen Bass addressed the crowd. Her father was a 35-year letter carrier and Branch 24 member. So she gave a passionate speech standing with letter carriers. Yeah, I did happen to watch that. She's a very nice nice lady. I was gonna say young lady, but God bless her, whatever she is. Her father, a 35-year letter carrier. She was involved with us as very, very thankful for that. Keynote address. President Brian Renfro took the stage for his opening keynote. He reflected on the tumultuous last 2 years, highlighting the launch of the Fight Like Hell. I should say Fight Like Hell failure. He started the Fight Like Hell because he knows he's not fighting like hell. Campaign against privatization, threats to retirement benefits, and safety concerns. The threats campaign against privatization that was mentioned, this word has come up huge in Senate actually right now. Senators and contemplating shafting off part of the postal service to UPS. They were just mentioning, it's nothing confirmed. They were talking about cutting down the bonuses, and one of the senators happens to mention because post office keeps losing billions and billions of dollars. They're just contemplating ways how can they get around that. So they were saying give part of it to UPS to deliver all the mail. I don't know what kind of nonsense they were talking about. Just ridiculous privatization talks. This is exactly the stuff we're fighting against. So senators in some situations, they talk for the carrier, saying take the bonuses away. It's not fair at all. If the organization is losing billions in dollars and the service is going down, why there's going to be bonuses? But on the flip side, they're trying to hurt the post office, talking about giving our delivery work to private firms. So it's a give or take situation. So Renfro mentioned Fight Like Hell, threats to retirement benefits, safety concerns, contract negotiation status. The biggest takeaway from day 1 was the update on collective bargaining with a 60-day mediation period, concluding without a voluntary agreement. The NALC is moving forward into interest arbitration process. Renfro emphasized that the union is preparing its strongest possible case for the arbitration panel. I know, like you did last time, but yet we still ended up with the 1%. So what can we possibly look forward to with you at the helm? Days 2 through 4 resolutions, SNDCs. Days 2 through 4 were the heart of the convention business, where delegates debated legislative strategy, workplace safety, and operational changes. Sorting and delivery centers, SNDCs, and network consolidations were major points of discussion on the floor. Delegates voiced serious concerns over increased commute times, route adjustments, and facility changes. Workplace safety and Article 8, safety on the street, especially extreme heat protection, and preventing carrier assaults remain top priorities, alongside discussions on overtime enforcement under Article 8. Legislative victories, the leadership highlighted legislative progress, including ongoing pushes around the Social Security Fairness Act, repealing WEP, GPO, and fighting off proposed first benefit cuts in Congress. So a lot going on those 2 through 4 days. Day 5, disapproved resolutions and bargaining transparency. Day 5 was all about finishing the remaining business and taking floor action on disapproved resolutions. Floor votes, the delegation worked through 23 disapproved resolutions, mostly sustaining the executive board's recommendations, attempts to alter or eliminate the tier rep process, and resolutions opposing plant consolidations, local transportation optimizations were defeated after debate. Contract open bargaining and rallies. One of the most debated topics on Friday was contract transparency. While resolutions demanding public side-by-side updates during negotiations were defeated, delegates passed key resolutions requiring monthly bargaining updates and authorizing local contract rallies to build momentum during interest arbitration. Adjournment. After final committee reports and closing remarks from President Renfro, the convention closed out with the traditional letter carrier cheer and officially adjourned. So that was what took place. As far as the carrier base sees it, this was a whole lot of nothing. I mean, our people, got their little vacations. We're happy for them. But as far as getting down to business, the contract wasn't even mentioned that many times. I understand they had to do all the other stuff, the rules, the different things that were discussed. Those were necessity, but at the end of the day, how does that help the everyday carrier, So I'm against these national get-togethers, but again, they're required, so they ain't gonna go away anytime soon. So that wraps up the 74th National Convention with interest arbitration on the horizon and local contract rallies authorized. There's going to be a plenty to track over the coming months. Drop a comment. You guys always do that. So just a quick wrap up of these 5 days out in Los Angeles at the annual convention that NALC holds. Like I said in day 1, what I noticed, the boring part, all the introductions, I said, that needs to be consolidated. I stand by it, that many positions. I know it's not going to happen, just my thoughts. That's way too many positions across the board in the whole country. What our union dues pay for. And it's just, but at the end of the day, ain't nothing going to change just because one person is saying something about it. So it's going to stay the way it is. Our dues, God help us, going to keep going higher. A lot more people will start dropping out of NALC. Less than how many will join. The dues aren't getting any smaller. Wherever you are in the States. Somebody had mentioned they're different depending where you are in the country. I got to look into that. But so that's the National Convention. Again, just our NALC shop stewards and NALC reps get together for a week. They do this. Last time was in Boston. I don't know what it accomplished rather than rules and regulations, going over process. On the flip side, it does accomplish anything, everybody's there, so whatever is on the table as far as like grievance process, all that they mentioned. So I mean, in a sense, they did make some progress. Things needed to be discussed out in the open. I get all that, but the carrier base that didn't go there, we need to see results off the get-go. So we didn't get any result as far as the contract. We know that was even before this convention started. We knew the mediation didn't, bring out any kind of deal. USPS is not agreeing to anything. We knew all that. So as far as contract, there was no accomplishment in the NALC convention. It's just a annual thing that, our folks in NALC get a break, get over it. So the main thing's Renfro not running again. That opens the door for the next president, James Henry or Cariff. There was a lot of talking with those two, trying to make the case for their stuff. And may the best man win, man. So it's on to the receiving the ballots now and voting for your president. So that what we were discussing before this conference last month, the scenario where the two would be a draw, God forbid, and Renfro would retain, that's out the doors because Renfro ain't running anymore. So it's going to be one or the other. There's a third and fourth. Third is a lady competitor, and a fourth there's another person. But they just got into the the race. So it's either going to be Henry or Cariff. So we'll see. We'll see which one holds the destiny to get the chair, the NALC top chair. Henry is the current vice president. The other guy actually running he's a former vice president, if I'm not mistaken. So he had. I've been tracking the convention too all week. He had challenged everybody in the race for a debate, and I think the only one that accepted was Mike Cariff. I don't know why Henry didn't accept. That's on him, and the others didn't accept. I mean, you didn't have to. I mean, just because somebody comes out of blue, challenges you to a debate, it's not, you're not going to accept it. It shouldn't be no case around it, If you didn't accept it, you didn't accept it. You didn't have to. So, Cariff, we'll see. It will be interesting, the debate. Hopefully I catch it wherever it takes place. And that should be interesting. Other than that, that's it. Just wanted to do a recap of the LA Convention. Different things going on. Other than that, the president, I think I mentioned this in my last video too, he had written a letter not to block his bonuses, but it got overturned. That legislation, the bill passed. So he's right now not going to get any more bonuses. Now, whether down it tinkles into other positions is yet to be seen, but that would be the scenario if you're blocking the Postmaster General's, bonus. It's eventually going to make the case to block all the bonuses because, just doesn't make sense when you're reporting. I think that's a different video I'm going to cover. They reported a $2.5 billion loss this past quarter too, so nothing is looking at up and up as far as profit. So why the bonus is there, only God knows. So we'll see on the next take. I guess that's it for this one. Stay good, everybody, and MailmanSyed will get to you on the next video. Take care, guys.